Hey, this is Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're up in the North Georgia mountains in the Cohutta Wilderness again, my wife and my dog, and today we're going to take a look at my new backpacking backpack, the Arc'teryx Axios 50. It's kind of a nice pack that Arc'teryx came out with not too long ago. Previously, their entry price point for backpacks, the full-size backpacks, was around $400 or $500. This guy's only $199, and the smaller ones are even less expensive than that. So it's nice to see that Arc'teryx is putting out some still high-tech, really nice backpacks. Lightweight, this guy only weighs a few pounds, and at a really reasonable price. So let's take a look at the pack. We'll start out here on the front. You can see on the front you have this almost full-length zipper, and you have a pocket here in the front that's not connected to the main pack. But what I like to keep in here is kind of the lightweight stuff that I may want to access quickly. My camp sandals, which of course have the bottle opener on the bottom, rain jacket, hat, mosquito net, kind of the basic stuff that doesn't weigh a whole lot, that I don't mind keeping away from my back so I can still keep my balance. You want to keep the heavier stuff closer to your back, of course, just to make it more comfortable and keep your balance and all that. On the outside, you also have some pockets for water bottles. I keep my rain cover in here. The pack is pretty water resistant, has some really nice material, water resistant zippers and all that. But with my $1,000 camcorder and that kind of stuff, I try to just be sure to have that extra level of protection. So I've got my little Sea to Summit rain cover in there. Have a Write in the Rain notebook, so I like to keep notes sometimes. And you have another pocket on the other side in case you want to keep anything on the other side, water bottle or whatever. You also have some attachment points. So you have these kind of little daisy chain kind of things. You have them here, down at the bottom, just in case you want to attach anything to the pack. And let's take a look at the main part of the pack. We'll unbuckle the straps, holding the lid on there. Flip that lid off and take a little bit closer look at it a little bit later. And then look at the main part of the pack. So here, let's unbuckle this. You have two drawstrings that you can help kind of compress and keep your load in place. And here's your main pocket. So you've got a really good size main pocket in there. This is where I keep my clothes. Got the bear canister because bears are kind of a problem up here in North Georgia, so keep all the food in a bear canister, anything that smells like food. Jet oil, have my Gear Pods toolkit in there, and some other stuff. Let's take a look at the inside a little bit further. Now this one doesn't have a sleeping bag compartment on the bottom like some other packs do, but what it does have, something I like a little bit better, is an almost full-length zipper on the side where you can access the main compartment that way. So you can see some of the other stuff I have in here. My AMK bivvy, the Space Saver cup, some other stuff down in there. I've got my Hennessy hammock and my sleeping bag and everything else down there in the bottom. And I can just pull that stuff out really quickly and easily when I need to. On the other side over here, inside the main pack, you have a little sleeve for a water bladder. So I've got my Camelback water bladder in there. You can see there's the Camelback bladder on the side, and then there's a hole, a little port on the outside where you can thread the tube through that and get easy access to it. Of course, you have the compression straps if you want to cinch the load a little bit tighter, maybe get it closer to your back. You can cinch those up as much as you want. You have a couple of them on each side just to make it a little bit easier to carry. On the lid here, you have a few different pockets, which is kind of a nice departure from a lot of backpacking backpacks. Usually they go ultralight and then get rid of all the pockets, but this one's actually added a couple. So on the underside you have one here, and then on top you have a couple more. And the kind of stuff that I put in these is maybe the stuff that's not too super heavy, but I'd want to get to in a hurry. So I keep a thing for water, my water filter, and in the other pocket I keep the Olight M30 flashlight, which of course is way too bright for the woods, but me being me, I've got that. I've got my compass, little spade, fast rope made out of the 8-strand paracord that we have, and you can see in all the pockets you actually have this contrasting fabric, so it makes stuff that's in there easier to see. Even though this is a dark black backpack, you can still see stuff in there pretty easily. So that's the lid for you. Let's take a look at the back, which is actually my favorite part of this pack. I really like my packs to be comfortable. So you can see on the back there, on the whole length of it, you have this material that actually stands out a little bit from the pack. So it does a couple things. You can see it's nice and porous. It's almost kind of like a mesh. Nice and really strong. It's not lightweight stuff really. Well, it doesn't weigh much, but it's nice and durable. But it keeps the pack away from your back, and you can see that it actually creates some airflow as well. So I wasn't really expecting much of this, but I was pleasantly surprised at how dry this kept my back and made the pack a lot more comfortable. Here's the straps. You can see the straps that are on there. Of course, I have my whistle attached to it. Here's your sternum strap. Straps don't look very substantial, but they have the same material in there, the same that's on the back, so makes it nice and comfortable. Keeps some good airflow, and they're actually surprisingly comfortable, even though there's not a whole lot of fabric and material on there. It keeps it nice and close to your back, so it's nice and comfortable. So here we have the hip belt. I have a little Maxpedition pouch attached here, so I keep my GPS, a couple other things in there, things that I'm accessing pretty regularly. On the other side I keep my knife because, you know, me being a knife guy, I like to play with my knife a lot, so it's there on the other side so I can just pull it out when I need it. So that's it. That's the Arc'teryx Axios 50. We have them for sale at goinggear.com, and if you have any questions you can reach me in the comments or at goinggear.com.